guys, hope you're well. I'm here with another book review for you today, and this time it's Sisters Red by Jackson Pearce. I picked this up from a charity shop, and my local, I think it was British Heart Foundation, could have been Bernardo's. Anyway, they have 4 books for £1.99, so 50p a book, so that's a pretty good bargain. I think the charity are out, undercutting themselves, but there must be a reason. They obviously can't sell books or something. Anyway, I recently watched a video by Deborah from Deborah's Book Cafe. I had to remember who that was then, and I'll pop a link to that video in the description below. And she recently reviewed a book by Jackson Pearce, and I really liked the sound of that book review, and I put it on my, put the book on my wish list. And then, as I say, when I was in the charity shop, I saw this Jackson Pearce, so I thought, I just picked it up. I just thought, yeah, I'll get that. That other book sounded really good, so I'll get that. So this is the blurb. I didn't read the blurb before I read it. I just started reading it. I literally picked it up just because of the author, and I thought it sounded good. So here we go. Here's the back. The wolf opened its long jaws, rows of teeth stretching for her. A thought locked itself in Scarlett's mind. I am the only one left to fight, so now I must kill you. If you love your romance hot, your bad guys downright dirty, and your heroines real enough to bleed, this is your book. Love and fear collide in a twilight world. I think this is it's got hodder children, so I'm assuming this is a YA, and that does make sense because, it was quite an easy read, because some of the text was kind of very, I did this, then we did that, if you see what I mean. Oh! I've just seen there's some more on the inside, so hold on. Sorry about that. Really bad of me. Let me read you the rest of the blurb. Countless teenage girls have been brutally murdered, and Scarlett and Rosie March know how they died, torn apart by werewolves. For Scarlett, the memories of a similar attack have left not just emotional scars, but physical ones. The sisters fight side by side to save others from the same fate. When the mysterious and brooding Silas arrives, he inadvertently causes a series of events that could endanger them all. As passion grows between Rosie and Silas, Scarlett uncovers some shocking secrets about Silas's family history that could tear the sisters apart, one way or another. That makes a lot more sense and is very descriptive of the book, actually. Very descriptive of the inside. I guess they've just, likened it to a Twilight world, in as much as there are werewolves or Fenris. But other than that, it's not too similar. I've actually got a lot of werewolf and vampire books at the moment because my friend gave me a whole bag of them. But and vampire and werewolf books kind of tend to get compared to Twilight a lot, don't they? But this one actually wasn't. This one was quite good. So it was a very easy read. As I said, it was kind of he said, she said. So I whizzed through this one really, really quickly. But it was gripping. It wasn't trashy, and it wasn't. I'm trying to think of the words. It wasn't really in depth. It wasn't kind of a real gripping kind of complex story with complex characters and twists and turns or anything. It was a little bit predictable. I kind of knew where the book was going. Apart from there's a major event towards the end. And obviously I don't want to give you any spoilers because if you read the book. And that's what's really hard about reviewing books, I think, is kind of to review them honestly and give you enough content so that you can decide whether you want to read the book, but then not too much as to spoil it for you. So yeah, there was a major event right towards the end, and I didn't really see that coming, or the events unfolding as it did necessarily. So that was nice. That was a good surprise, because to some extent the rest of the book was a little bit predictable. But that being said, it was I found it a good read. It was quite it's one of them books when I was just sitting on the sofa, you know, just not really doing much of an evening, a bit tired, or in the bath, and I could just pick it up and whiz through a chapter. You know, and it wasn't gory, it wasn't horrific. I read it in bed, so I didn't have any nightmares. So yeah, it was a good read. Not one I would read again. You know, I've read it and that's that. But I would be tempted to read the other Jackson Pearce book that Deborah reviewed. But yeah, if you like your vampire and werewolf type books, or your young adult, then yeah, then this is a good read. So if you've read it, let me know what you thought. I'd be interested to know. I never watch YouTube videos on the books that I've reviewed before I review them, because I like to kind of cut, you know, my own thoughts and feelings. That being said, I then go and find someone else's video, and then I'm like, you know, I didn't get that from the book, or I had a different opinion on it, or, you know, that kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? So it's if you have read it, I'd be really interested to know what you thought of it. But yeah, it's a nice book. So yeah, that's a Sisters Read by Jackson Pearce.